What's up, you guys? All right, so we're going to do an offer through Instanet. I know I asked you guys a few times to go through Instanet and learn the program, but I'm sure you didn't. So I'm going to show you a quick way that I like to use Instanet to present offers. Makes my life a lot easier, less paperwork, everything's in the computer, stored and saved. You don't lose anything. What I do like to do with you guys too is I do like you to use the old school forms just to get used to it in case, because you know what, sometimes you don't have access to a computer, so I want you to also get the old forms and get used to that too. So let's get to it. All right, we have an offer on 1521 Louis Cassuth in, where is that? I think that's Concord. But anyways, so now we're going to find this listing, right? Bohemia, that's right. Bohemia, here we go. All right, so now I like to have this page open. I like to have maybe another page open that has the buyer's information, because you're going to need to copy and paste or just write down the emails or whatever it is, the contact information, because you're going to need to plug that into Instanet. Now, you can easily either simply click on this, which will take you to Instanet, or should at least take you right into your agent dashboard. All right, or if you don't have that open, then you can basically just go into resources, click on Instanet, and it'll open up into the transaction desk anyways. All right, so I like to always put in the address of the listing. I think that's how you spell it, right? Let's just double check. You can also copy and paste. Let's just copy and paste anyways to all right. We're gonna do, let's just do brand new for now, but you can set up templates like buyer templates, transactions, purchase templates, listing templates, all different templates if you want. All right, so we're going to do a residential sale, import information, and it automatically populated from MLS, right? Add me as selling agent, and let's create. All right, so you see automatically the information pops up, picture, all the information here, which isn't super important. But now we're in the transaction wizard, which makes your life a little bit easier. So let's click next. Here's some information if you want to put it in. You don't have to get super detailed right now, but you could put in all the information if you really want to. I don't really mess with this too much. All right, so let's go to the next one, and let's add, here, where are we? This is for this contact. So now what we're going to do is we're going to, I don't know why all this information is in here, but I'm going to delete all these people because I don't need them. I don't know who these people are. They're probably old. What is this? All right, so now step 4 is where you want to add your forms. Now just go straight to the MLS one. Element has their own personal own forms that has their own logo on it, but the MLS forms I find are easier to use. So with an offer, you're going to need to add the agency buyer and seller disclosure form, right? Who you're representing. All right, you're going to, if the listing sometimes will have a lead paint disclosure up here, but it looks like they don't. So you can add a lead paint disclosure here. All right, you're going to add a binder. What is that? sales binder, buyer's rights regarding property condition disclosure, and any other forms that you need. You can always update and upload forms into this, but let's just start with these for now. So usually if you pop everything in, it'll auto-populate into the other forms. But let's start with the sales agreement. And you're gonna click here, and then you're gonna edit the form. All right, and let's do this. Actually, we got the offer the other day, but let's just do yesterday, all right? Our seller name is Amanda. Actually, it's Drew, Saunders, and Amanda. Saunders, and the seller's name, usually you'll find that. So we don't have an official seller name because it's a company. This was a but sometimes you'll have the seller name, like Smith, Jones, whatever the case may be, and that's it. So now it again auto-populates into here. Now we'll write down all the detailed information. Now make sure that you write down the numbers. All right, so this way you know what you're working with. Let's all right, so you're gonna start putting in the purchase price and everything here. I always like to double check my numbers, so I'm gonna write them down, right? $375, you put the down payment. In this case, it's only $14,000 down payment, which is just about 3.5% down. I always like to round it to round numbers, so it's just easier. All right, so we're gonna put in the numbers here. This is $375 offer. Good faith deposit we don't use anymore. Down payment is $14,000. That's on contract. Usually you can split the down payment. Actually, let's do that. Let's do $7,000 on contract, and then subject to new mortgage, which is going to be $361. Right, $375 minus the $14,000 is $361. Cash on closing is going to be the rest of the $7,000. All right, and totaling out to $375. Now this number can change if you had some sort of like a sales concession, whatever the case may be. So let's say this was $375 and they were building in a $10,000 sales concession. You build that into the mortgage. So you're going to have a $371 mortgage instead of the $361, and this total number will be $385, not $375. That's if you had a sales concession. In this case, we do not. All right, let's tab through. We don't really need this information right now. This is going to be held by Citizens. Citizens Bank, we don't know the interest yet. You don't have to put all this information in. It's really not that important, to be honest with you. So mortgage commitment is to be obtained on within, we usually have 45 to 60 days I put in. Formal contract, we want to go into contract as soon as possible. So usually it's 7 to 10 business days, so let's give it till next Monday. Exclusions are as per the MLS listing, and let's copy and paste the MLS number, copy, and oops, number, paste. All right, let's say the balance or the closing, we don't know, but let's propose let's say February 1st, on or before, or on or about, gives them 30 days before or after this date. All right, place of lending. Oops. All right, usually place of lending. The attorney, that's one thing I forgot to write down, but the attorney information, standby. So the attorney is going to be Franco. Don't know the seller's attorney yet, but I'll just leave that. Okay. Double check this real quick. Boom, boom, boom. All right, we're gonna go up here, we're gonna go save. And you're gonna go to your other forms, click back. Go to the agency disclosure form, edit it. Something should be auto-populated in here, maybe not everything, but go down, double check. My stage name. You're representing as a buyer agent. No, we have them both have Drew first, so we're gonna keep same. All right. All right, so we're going to save that. So go back up. We're going to make sure that you got your disclosure in here. You provided the forms and representing them as buyer or broker agent. Or you are not doing dual agency. We're representing the buyers. All right, save form. Boom. Go back. Let paint, buyer's rights. So let's go to let paint disclosure. Edit this form. Seller's name, well, we just don't have a real name, so we're not going to do that. So here, purchase acknowledgement, you're going to give them the opportunity to do it. If it's a really old house you want to see, but I already asked them, they're going to waive the opportunity to do the lead paint disclosure because it's new and they redid the house, so there's probably no lead paint in that house. All right. Drew Saunders, amend. Ooh. Okay. Should be good. All right, save this form. And buyer's right of the property condition disclosure. So property condition disclosure is where the seller fills out the property condition disclosure, and usually they don't fill it out. So if they don't fill it out, the buyer is will basically receive this $500 credit from the seller at closing. All right, so we're going to put them in here. Going to save that. All right, so now that you have all your forms filled out, that's when you're going to go back to the little pen icon. That's where you're going to start sending or putting together the DocuSign. So you're going to click add right here. Signing name, we're going to keep it at as the listing address. Keep it nice and seamless so everything looks the same and organized. All right, transaction. Now when you click transactions, these are the ones that are going to be in your dashboard. So being that all the forms are going to be here, is going to pull all the forms from the transaction desk. All right, so we're going to click save. Now that you come here, all right, step 1, signing name, blah, blah, blah. These are advanced options. You don't worry about that because that's if you want to put any additional directions here, which we really don't need to do. All right, so we're going to add the participants. We're going to add again, add a new participant. And this one's going to be Drew Saunders, and this is where we're going to go back to their email address, copy the email. I always like to copy and paste this, with definitely correct. Sometimes when you type it in, you can type it in wrong, but let's just make sure it's correct. All right, role, and we're going to click them as a role as a buyer. All right, all the other stuff you really don't need to put in. All right, and let's add another. And now we're going to put Amanda. We're going to send it to the same email as per their request. You can either send it to their individual emails if they have one, but they want it both to the same email, so it's easier for them. All right, she's also the buyer. Again, no information here. And you're not going to do add another now. Now you're just going to click add. All right, so now you have the two buyers in here. So this is where you're going to add the look at the documents. So now we want to make sure that we're going to add all the documents. Now we want to add them all, but just for example, but I do already have most of this information here, but just for your sake, I'm going to add everything here again. Now we're going to add everything into the Authenticsign. So this is where you want to now design. You want to, it should auto-populate where the signatures should be, but sometimes it's off or it's wrong or whatever, so we want to go in and make sure that everything's correct. So now when you scroll down, you'll see how their stuff's already in here. All right, so now you see these, that's where it got messed up, right? So now you're just going to basically left click and drag down where you want it to go. You're going to click this one and you're going to put it where it needs to go. You see how sometimes it messes up, which is a-okay. And you're going to keep scrolling down. This is the lead paint one. See how it put it all the way up here. So you're going to click down. All right, same thing here. This one's right here. Boom. You could always delete if it's wrong. You can change, you can duplicate. That could be in a later video if you want. This is the offer. And see how right now there's no signature box? That's where you're going to go up here, the drag and drop mark, and you're going to click the sign here. You're going to have the initial ones and all these different things if you need it. These are all different tools, but we're going to use the sign. We're going to have Drew. There's no name here, so we're just going to keep him on top. All right, and now see this here? This is where you're going to switch the buyers. So you're going to switch the buyer, and you're going to now click on Amanda and hit the sign in here, and now her name popped up. All right, simple enough, simple enough. All right, we got one that's correct. Perfect. Done and done. So now we're going to click next. Oh, wait, you know what? One more thing. The lead paint disclosure form. All right, so here's the drag and drop. We're going to use the initial one here. This one just needs one initial. This is where you can copy. Actually, you don't even. If you have, let's say, let's just do it again. one more time. Okay, so that's where they're going to basically initially check off that they received all this information, and they're waiving the opportunity to do the let paint disclosure. You could always change that, but we're just going to leave that. All right, so now we're going to click next. Just for fun, we're going to customize the invitation. You can usually just click send and it'll go just as is, but we're going to just quickly say 1521 Lewis. All right, so this is to them. So you're just gonna say, hey guys. All right, that's it. Copy everything, just goes to the same place anyways, but if you had two different emails, you can do whatever. They're familiar with this, so that's really it. So now we're going to send the invitation. Boom, boom. All right. And that's it. Send it over to them. Now, once they sign it, I'm going to come back and do another video of what to do next. All right, you guys. See you in the next video.